His father committed suicide, unfortunately, when Jeffree was just 6 years old. So already we're seeing like he's starting off.
I didn't know that.
In a very serious and dark tone. Imagine he's 6 years old, and even if a little child doesn't know what's going on, the trauma that is left behind by suicide is something that is so heavy that even a child, I'm sure, picked up on this. So Scorpio is the most searched for sign on YouTube. But Jeffree Star is the most scorpionic, like dark Scorpio figure that I can think of, and that's the chart that we're going to be looking at today. We're going to use him as a case study. We're going to see why I think that he is the perfect embodiment of a Scorpio that has gone.
I've never looked at his chart.
So if you don't know who Jeffree Star is, he's essentially a beauty industry mogul who made his
Essentially.
fortune after. So this is essentially what Jeffree Star sort of did. He wanted to go against James Charles, but he didn't want to do it himself because he didn't want to get dirty, so he just put it on somebody else.
You need to read when he gonna give me my $44, ma'am. Okay.
Thank you so much for
Can
being
you
here,
predict
guys.
that?
Don't forget.
Fill the room with the juice. That's a lot of loot. That bit fire. Yeah, she kinda cute.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. I am a big old kid today. Okay. Well, not really, but you know. Ugh. Yeah, I'm so mad right now. I'm like not even mad, but you know when you just be like, okay. I hate boys. Let's just say that. I can't stand boys. Like, bro, they ruin everything. Like, it's so crazy how I could just be chilling 1 second and the next second I'm just like, why? Like, this is why I can't like people, because I fixate on it. I fixate on it because I'm a fixer. I'm a Taurus. Oh, it's so annoying. Speaking of signs, the Funyuns was calling me. It was a whole sign. I had to eat. I'm starving. And I'm like, I want to go, like, out to eat. Like, I want to eat somewhere with somebody. I don't know. But anyways, Taurus energy. Scorpio. Jeffree Star. Let's hop into it. The dark side of Scorpio. Jeffree Star. This is 20 minutes, so go get you a snack. A big one, okay? Because I like her channel. And I did not know she had a video like this. I was like, ooh. Let's watch it. Because I'm curious. Jeffree Star.
So Scorpio is the most searched for sign on YouTube. And they have something magnetic about them that makes them so attractive. But I really think that it's the mystery that's around Scorpio that makes them so desirable to other people. Within them, they hold the power of regeneration, and they can get through anything. And when I say anything, I really mean, like, Scorpio can get through anything. But
Scorpio moon.
good traits are also met with bad traits. One specific trait can be taken to an extreme, and I'm sure you've probably heard of too much of a good thing can become a bad thing. That's what we're going to be looking at today. We're going to be looking at the dark side of Scorpio.
Yikes.
Hi friends, if you're new here, my name's Denise and I'm an astrologer, but when I'm not doing readings, I like to make, useful videos. Sometimes I make some helpful videos for how to get the most out of your chart, and other times we look at the dark side of the signs. And the reason I do this is because I think it's really important to get a complete picture of every single zodiac sign. We can't just focus on all of the good or all of the bad, because we all have dark and light within us. So today we're going to be doing that. We're going to be looking at the dark side of Scorpio. So let's get right into the video. So the trait we're going to be looking at first is power. And Scorpio is associated with power because they are ruled by both Mars and Pluto. And I think mostly people associate Scorpio with Pluto. So Scorpio ends up being the strongest zodiac sign because it is ruled by Mars, like we already said. So the only one that could kind of go against it would be like Aries. But Scorpio also has that side of Pluto,
Aries.
right? And Pluto has very dark roots. So even though Aries is the archetype of the warrior, Scorpio is like the dark warrior. And you just really can't compare, because also Scorpio is fixed. So the fixedness of the sign really makes it long-lasting and gives it endurance that ends up making it able to last way longer than anybody else. And when everybody else has already given up, Scorpio is still going to remain standing. The next thing that people associate with Scorpio is its secrecy, right? So because Scorpio rules the emotional depths, Scorpio is dealing with experiences that they don't really want other people to know about. And the reason for that is because Scorpio, really what they're protecting, because they're very protective, they're protecting their own vulnerability. Because in order to remain strong, Scorpio believes that they can never show like an ounce of their vulnerability because they're afraid that other people will exploit it. And that is why they themselves are so secretive, and they try to know the secrets of other people so that
is me
to exploit other people's vulnerabilities, because that is, you know, a very Scorpionic thing to do.
So bad.
Vulnerabilities. And another thing that's associated with Scorpio is transformation. They have this ability to go through a rebirth and a regeneration that is not only emotional and psychological, but sometimes it could be physical. They can go through physical transformations.
Bruh.
And one way that we can think of that is of that image of the phoenix, you know, rising from the ashes. Most people know that we associate Scorpio with the scorpion, but we also associate Scorpio with the phoenix rising from the ashes, because that is kind of how Scorpio rises from the ashes of the things that they set on fire, basically. So who embodies all of these traits in a way that is clearly turned dark? There are only two people that I could think of, like celebrities, famous people, who really give me the same kind of feeling when I think about them. And one of them is Putin, and I already used him for Pluto, but Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star is the most scorpionic, like dark Scorpio figure that I can think of, and that's the chart that we're going to be looking at today. We're going to use him as a case study. We're going to see why I think that he is the perfect embodiment of a Scorpio that has gone.
I've never looked at his chart.
So if you don't know who Jeffree Star is, he's essentially a beauty industry mogul who made his fortune after gaining notoriety online.
Great word.
Back in the day, back in the MySpace days, he used to post a lot of pictures and music onto MySpace, and that really gained him a lot of attention and a lot of fame. And then most recently, he became like big time famous because of his content on YouTube. He has a really cult-like following of people who support him.
Period.
And they are famously, like his fans are famously like vicious to anyone who attacks him or tries to defame him in any way, or you know, sometimes not even defame him. Sometimes like just calling him out causes his legion of fans to attack. And that is very Scorpio. Like, it's just like, he's very Scorpio and his followers are very Scorpio. He has been in some deep scandals in the past, and I'm like talking like deep, like really pretty intense things that he's been involved with, and surprisingly, he has not been canceled. And I'm just like, why? Why is it that Jeffree Star is still standing? So, I mean, I already knew he was a Scorpio because it's very obvious to me, but let's take a look at his chart and see if we could pick apart the reason why Jeffree Star is
I wonder where his Venus is in.
And why he hasn't been canceled.
And his moon.
Okay, so as we talk about his life, I'm going to have his chart popped up over here so you can see what I'm talking about. We don't have a birth time, but we do have a very concentrated.
We don't have a birth time?
So this means that he is very much focused on these specific signs and this area of his life, and everything else is sort of unaware of everything else. So everything in his chart is kind of like led by that Scorpio stellium. We don't know what house it's in, but let's see. So his background: he was born in Los Angeles County, California in 1985 to his parents Jeffrey Lynn Sr. and Mara Shubian. His father committed suicide, unfortunately, when Jeffree was just 6 years old. So already we're seeing like he's starting off.
I didn't know that.
In a very serious and dark tone. Imagine he's 6 years old, and even if a little child doesn't know what's going on, the trauma that is left behind by suicide is something that is so heavy that even a child, I'm sure, picked up on this. So he has that Scorpio stellium. He has Sun, Mars at 29 degrees, almost Sagittarius, but he has it in Scorpio, the Saturn. He has Venus and Pluto in Scorpio. All of that is in Scorpio.
Really?
He also has Sun, Saturn. So whenever you have Sun, Saturn, there's going to be issues revolving the father. Maybe a father that is very restrictive or has a lot of rules for you. That is often what it is associated with. In the long run, the Sun Saturn ends up making a person that is very diligent and very strong, because Saturn provides structure and longevity wherever he touches.
I did not know that.
If he's touching your Sun, then that is yourself, your ego, your vitality. So he's going to give you, staying power, and it's already in Scorpio. So he says that in middle school he began experimenting with makeup. His mom would let him borrow his makeup, her makeup, and he would put it on, and that's when he kind of was born and started transforming himself into the Jeffree Star that we know today. He is a very androgynous character. I'm going to pop up some pictures of him so you can get an idea. He mixes femininity with masculinity in a way that is very Pluto Venus, in my opinion, because he plays so much with makeup. Pluto is very transformative, and Venus is beauty. And I'm Pluto Venus, and I've been playing with makeup since middle school too, so just gonna shout myself out there. So after high school, he moved to LA and supported himself through makeup and modeling gigs, as well as some music endeavors.
Not modeling.
As I said, he has that Pluto Venus, and he also has that Libra Mars. So people who remember that Mars is the things that you are driven towards.
My Mars is in Aries.
You express your drive, your masculine drive, how you go after things. And people who have Libra Mars are attracted and driven towards beauty. And for him, it was very much beauty and art that he was driven towards. And that Mars in Libra is what's ruling all of that Scorpio stuff. Because remember that Scorpio is ruled by Mars. So again, all of those 4 planets that he has in Scorpio are being ruled by that Mars that is in Libra. And they have a little mutual reception thing going on. So very much, those are like very strong traits in his chart. He says that he recalls spending time in LA using fake IDs to get into clubs to do makeup for celebrities. He started being around celebrities when he was pretty young because he was doing their makeup. And this, it forces me to look at his Capricorn moon. Capricorn moon people are attracted to not necessarily wealth, but people who have a certain level of name to themselves. They're attracted to reputations and to people who have a certain level of power or notoriety. So with that Capricorn moon, he was attracted to people who had a certain level of power and influence. Think of Capricorn influence, the 10th house. So not only that, but he has the moon pretty close to that Neptune. So you're combining Neptune romance with Capricorn themes. So to them, money is going to be idealized because of that Neptune. Money and fame and notoriety and reputation, all of that is going to be romanticized because of that Neptune. It also makes him rather sensitive. Even if he does have a Capricorn moon, he's still going to be a little bit more sensitive than your average other Capricorn moon.
How are you?
So now let's start talking about the things that make him that make me question why he hasn't been canceled. So first of all, there was some allegations of racism. And even though we can't see racism in the chart, we can see his ability to kind of swerve responsibility and miss the cancellation of his career. So again, as we already said, he has that Scorpio stellium. So that makes him, here for the long haul. It's fixed. He has a lot of powerful energy that is going to keep him around. He's not just going to shy away from any trouble. He has the strength to remain. He also has that Capricorn moon. So for him, business is always going to be first. Capricorn moon people are very diligent in regards to their career and to their reputation.
He's so lucky to have a Capricorn moon.
It makes me think, how could he get himself into these things if he's a Capricorn moon? Doesn't he know that business is first? But I mean, he's still here, so he must be doing something right in terms of his career if he's still here.
Right.
First, Kat Von D parted ways with him. Kat
Von D,
tattoo artist, makeup mogul as well. She parted ways with him after accusing him of drug use, racism, and bullying. And I actually noticed that it seemed like Kat Von D had more backlash just for being an anti-vaxxer than Jeffree Star did for videos that surfaced of him saying like pretty racist things. I'm not gonna get into the stuff that he said. I'm gonna leave videos in the description that you're welcome to watch, but basically he used derogatory terms against African American people, and he like described pouring bleach on people. He was just, I didn't think it was funny, or even like, you know, that racial comedy that you could be like, okay, well, maybe it's not funny to me, but I can see how it could be funny. I don't see how that could have been funny. But one thing I will say about Scorpios are very intense, and especially when you're working with like the masculine planets like the sun. Scorpio sun people, they're very different from Scorpio moon people. Scorpio sun people like to do things that are very edgy. So was racism edgy in the early 2000s? Maybe. I mean, I don't know. But definitely Scorpio sun people like to be edgy, and maybe that was why he was doing this. And then he also got into YouTube drama with other influencers. Kathy Westbrook, who's probably like the most famous beauty YouTuber, accused Star of manipulating her.
She said most famous. I said, whoa.
Like,
you see my eyes?
Against this other really famous YouTuber called...
I didn't know that.
Oh my god. James Charles.
James Charles.
I don't really follow those people, but I know who they are. So Kathy was just like, oh my god, Jeffree Star coerced me and like brainwashed me into making this video against James Charles, and there was like all this dramatic thing. It was probably like last year or 2 years ago, I don't really know, but she made a long ass video describing how Jeffree essentially
40
kind of
freaking
like
minutes
into doing this.
girl.
And again, like, let's look at his chart. Again, people always accuse Scorpio of being manipulative, but I'm going to be making a video later on about how all of the signs manipulate and how they can manipulate. Yes, Scorpio is known for being manipulative, but honestly, like, all of the signs have their own way of getting what they want. So I'm going to point towards his Libra Mars. Libra Mars is an expert at getting other people to do their dirty work. Libra Mars always wants to remain, you know, gracious, and they don't want to get their hands dirty. But when they have to get something done, something dirty or done, they definitely will find a way for somebody else to do the things that they want done. Libra is always a sign that represents partnership. So because of that, Mars and Libra people, when they're in a fight, especially in an ugly fight, they have this tendency to want to get other people to do the dirty work for them and to fight for them. So this is essentially what Jeffree Star sort of did. He wanted to go against James Charles, but he didn't want to do it himself because he didn't want to get dirty, so he just put it on somebody else. And so combining the power of Scorpio with that Libra Mars, he was able to get that done.
I'm
and
done.
then he tried to pull a Jedi mind trick again. This time he was talking to Blair White, another famous YouTuber.
I forgot about that.
He wanted to make a video again exposing James Charles, and it backfired. So it either backfired or this is going exactly how Jeffree Star wanted it to go. I
Who
admire
knows?
his Scorpio power, and I'm just like, maybe this is exactly what he wanted, and we're all just playing into it. So basically what happened is that he showed Blair some like damning evidence against James Charles, something like very illegal. He showed her some evidence and she was like, oh my god. And essentially he suggested to Blair that the reason nobody really comes after him is because he has all these secrets on people. And Blair, like, he was trying to like talk to Blair, like, oh yeah, look, like, he was just like bringing her in on the secrets, like, hey, you can have some secrets too, like, this could be our thing, like letting her in kind of like to befriend her. But Blair was just like, absolutely not. Blair is a Virgo. So she was like, nope, this is unlawful, this is inappropriate. And she made a huge video about it and talking about it. And she doesn't have receipts, but I've been watching for a really long time, so I really believe what she's saying. And I do think she has some evidence.
Interesting.
So I'll leave that video in the description too if you want to get into it, if you're like super bored and you want to find out more about this. But this is very Scorpio stuff. When you listen to her telling this story, I'm just like, this poor honey boo boo got Scorpioed. She got Scorpio. That's all that happened to her. Poor.
I'm dead. She got Scorpio.
She made this video lifting the veil and exposing him. have the link in the description. As I said, like, manipulation isn't exclusive to Scorpio. Each sign has their own unique ways of manipulating. The air and water signs, though, they have a way of manipulation that is very difficult to prove, because it's just like, how are you going to prove that somebody's messing with your mind? Like, how do you get receipts on that? You really can't.
Right.
So, yeah, you can't show people's motivations. So, if you want me to make a video on that, let me know in the comments. I probably already am, because I'm like on a roll on this topic. So, yeah. So, Jeffree Star is the epitome of Scorpio darkness, because he's incredibly powerful. He's the ultimate, like, Scorpio is associated with power, and the pull that Jeffree Star has, not only in the beauty community, because essentially, like, the beauty community people on YouTube are the most powerful people on YouTube. Why? Because of money. Because they come out with their palettes, and think about how much money women spend on makeup, men and women. And it is nuts. Like, the beauty industry, like, look at me. I'm sitting here talking to you about this, wearing makeup. So makeup is a very important part, very Pluto Venus of him. It's a really important part of our culture, especially in America, in the West, period. So the people who hold power and influence in this industry are very important to, like, the economy, essentially. And because of that, Jeffree Star has so much pull that really means something. So he's leveraged his knowledge of people's secrets in order to protect himself, as well as advance himself along this path, you know?
Yikes.
And sometimes he's downright mean. Like, I don't know if you, I don't really watch his stuff, but I did do some research on him to make this video. And, like, he basically canceled, like, Kylie Jenner's, like, some beauty thing that she came out with. He was like, no, it's cheap and ugly. Like, girlfriend, like said that it was crap. And people believe the things that he says because Scorpios generally are very, very truthful. Like, they don't bullshit you. They'll just tell you the brutal truth. And when people have a history of saying the truth, then when they're lying, it's very difficult to believe that they're lying or to know that they're lying. And that is another one of his tactics, I think. So that's a video for today, guys.
Yeah, I think he's good at doing that.
Can you honestly think of anybody who's more, like, a dark Scorpio than Jeffree Star? I honestly can't think of somebody who's more dark Scorpio than Jeffree Star. Maybe Marilyn Manson, but Marilyn Manson honestly seems like a teddy bear. I've never looked at his chart, but if you want me to look at it, I just might. I was honestly scared of making this video, kind of like he's the boogeyman, or like that guy from Harry Potter that you can't say his name. Like, I was just like, oh my god, should I not make this video? And I was like, look, honestly, I'm not going to say anything disrespectful about him, and also, I'm like a tiny fish in a very huge pond.
Right.
So what are the odds that anyone is going to watch this video, you know?
True.
So I was like, let me just make the video. Honestly, like, he's a very interesting person, and when I see him interacting in the world, I can just see his signs, and I'm just like, I see your signs. Like, I see the Libra, I see the Scorpio, and I'm just admiring his work.
He's a
work of art, and I'm an astrologer, so I have to, you know, take it apart and look.
You need to read when he gonna give me my $44, ma'am.
So,
okay.
Thank you so much for being here, guys.
Can you predict that?
Don't forget to smash that like button for good luck, and I'll see you in the next video.
For good luck? That's cute. I like that. Let me smash it for good luck. Y'all smash this for good luck. I like that.
I'll smash yours for red.
I ain't never heard that before. I said, oh, I like that. Oh, child, where is my money? I don't even care. It's like the second I start, like, with the Jeffree Star content, I'll be like, cool, where is my money? Like, it's just the only thing that just remains in my head. Like, I'm just, oh, Lord, child, whatever. I'm gonna go eat. Let me know what y'all thought about this video down below. Let me know if you are related to a dark-sided Scorpio. Okay, not the suns. Like, I love the nice, sunny, happy Scorpios. But the dark side of Scorpios. Let me know if you have any of those in your lives. Because, woo, have I been there, done that, and I ain't ever going back. Okay, all right. I'll see y'all in the next one. And don't forget to like this video for good luck. I love that. That is so cute. Don't forget to like this video for good luck. Don't forget to like my Instagram post for good luck. Don't forget to like my Facebook post for good luck. All right, bye. I love it! Oh my God, that was the best part of the whole video. Oh, I can't. I'm dumb. You know what? Bye. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Oh, my legs. My legs. Child, my legs. They hurt. Child.
Pulling out the coupe in the lot. 12 for a squat. Busting all the bells out the box. Hit the leak with the box.